One of my favorite budget-friendly gifts to share throughout the holidays are homemade cookies. They are fun to make. You can be creative with the way you gift them to people. And let's be honest, who doesn't love receiving some homemade cookies? So today I've partnered with my friends at Food Saver to show you guys how I keep my holiday baking clean, delicious, and stress-free. So the very first thing I do is designate one day to do all of my holiday baking. Then I choose one or two recipes that I'm going to make. I really recommend just picking a couple of your favorites and sticking to that because, my friends, sanity matters. Once you've chosen your recipes, then you want to think about how many total cookies you're going to need, and then you can double, triple, quadruple your recipes to make sure that you've got enough cookies to last you throughout the entire season. So what I'm going to show you are my chocolate peppermint cookies with white chocolate chips, and this recipe makes about 20 cookies, so I am going to double that recipe so I can show you what I like to do with them. Now, the base of this cookie recipe is almond butter. So it is free of all refined flours and is 100% gluten-free. Now remember, I'm doubling this recipe, so into a nice large mixing bowl, I've got 2 cups of unsalted almond butter, and you can use crunchy or creamy. And I'm gonna add 1.5 cups of turbinado sugar. Now this is sometimes called sugar in the raw, and I like this sugar because it has the bigger sugar crystals, so it adds a nice texture to the cookie. Then 1 cup of unsweetened cocoa powder, 2 teaspoons of baking soda, 4 eggs, 1 tablespoon of vanilla extract, and just a 1/4 teaspoon of peppermint extract. Now, FYI, if you've never worked with peppermint extract before, it is very potent. So I find this little bit to be the perfect kiss of peppermint, but if you like a stronger flavor, add it in slowly. Then I'm gonna take my mixer, put it on the stand, put it on low, and let this all get mixed together. Then once all of those ingredients come together and the dough has formed a ball like I have here, I'm gonna finish it off with 2/3 of a cup of white chocolate chips. And I'll just pop that back on low and let those get mixed in. So from here, I'm gonna separate the dough in half. Half of this dough we're gonna bake now, so we have fresh cookies, and the other half I'm gonna freeze into raw cookie dough balls so that I have cookies that I can bake at the drop of a hat all season long without ever messing up my kitchen. So for the cookies we're gonna bake right now, I have a rimmed baking sheet lined with a Silpat mat. You could also do some parchment paper or a little cooking spray. And I am going to scoop about a tablespoon of the batter into my palm, roll it into a ball just like you're rolling a meatball, and then place it right on the cookie sheet. And then you're gonna keep on doing that until you've got 12 cookies done and ready to go. Now these cookies do spread out when they bake, so no more than 12 per sheet. Then to finish them off, I make a really easy peppermint crumble. Just take a few peppermint candies, stick them into a little baggie, and then use any type of heavy kitchen object that you have, gently give them a tap on top until you've got this crumble. Then you're gonna sprinkle a little bit of this holiday magic on top of each cookie, pop them into a 350-degree oven for 10 minutes or until they are cooked through. And you will know they are done because number 1, your kitchen's gonna smell amazing. And number 2, they're gonna puff up a bit and then have this crackle right over the top of them. Once they have completely cooled, I'm gonna put them in my Food Saver container, which can be vacuum sealed. So I just get them in there, pop on the lid, and then all I do is pull out this accessory hose and line it up with the little green vacuum seal button. Then I press the accessory button and push the vacuum seal. Once all of the air is sucked out, this little green belly button gets sucked in and the machine shuts off all on its own. And that's how I know there's no more air left in the container. Now these cookies are gonna stay as fresh as the day I made them the entire holiday season. Then when I'm heading out to somebody's house and I want to bring a clean and delicious gift, all I have to do is press this green button, which releases the air, take out the cookies that I need, and then reseal the container. Then a really cute way to gift these is to line them up in a mini loaf pan like I've got here, wrap them with a little cellophane, tie a ribbon and a gift tag on top, and you have a clean and delicious gift ready to go. Then for the other half of the dough, we're gonna roll them into little balls, just like we did with the other half of the dough. And then I place them on a rimmed baking sheet that I have lined with a little bit of parchment paper. Once they're all done, I'm just gonna pop this into the freezer for a few hours so that they can firm up and freeze through. Then what I do is I pull off a bag from my food saver. So I just measure how big I want it to be. Then I push this seal button, which creates a seal for the next bag, and cut off the bag that I'm using. Place the frozen cookie dough balls in a single file on the bottom of the bag, so you can get 5 or 6 in the bag, and then take the open end of the bag and just put it right in the slot here. Make sure it's aligned with that drip tray, and I hit the vacuum seal button. That's gonna pull out all of the air and then seal the bag. You guys can see how all the air got sucked out of the bag and it's hugging the cookie dough balls. That is exactly what I want. Then I'll just label this bag and do it again until all the cookie dough is vacuum sealed and ready to freeze. Then, my friends, check this out. The next time you want some homemade cookies, or if you're with your family and you want the house to smell like the holidays, you go in the freezer, you pull out one of the bags, you just let it sit on the counter for 5 minutes or so while you preheat the oven, then cut open the bag and place the cookie balls right on your baking sheet. Remember to either spray the baking sheet down or to use some parchment paper or a silpat mat. And then I sprinkle a little bit of that candy crumble over the top of each cookie and pop them in that 350-degree oven for 10 to 12 minutes until they have flattened out, puffed up, and cooked through. And I have to tell you, I think that the cookies baked straight from the freezer are probably the best cookies I've had to date. So my friends, this is how I keep my holiday baking clean, delicious, and stress-free. Be sure you head down to the description box below to get the recipe and to learn more about the Food Saver. Thanks so much for watching. I'm Danny Spies. I'll see you back here next time with some more clean and deliciousness. Happy holidays. So today I'm gonna be making my chocolate peppermint cookies with white chocolate chips. From the top, I want to say gluten-free.
3, 2.
So today I'm gonna be making my gluten-free. So today I'm making my chocolate peppermint cookies with white. Today I'm gonna be making my white. Seriously, can we get past this part already? 1. So today I'm sharing my chocolate peppermint cookies with white chips. White chocolate peppermint cookies with white chocolate chips. Okay, here we go. My white, holy, put that in the edits. 1, 2. To get you through the whole holiday season. I did it 7 times, Bang. You're the one that needs it 14 times. Okay. Now,